Yeah, Jeff, I'm wondering, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is this as much of a slam dunk for you as everybody insists says it will be to pick Lafreniere? Is it a slam dunk in your mind?
Listen, I'm from the school of, we'll take some time here and let this all settle in here. I wouldn't want to give away exactly what is going to happen. And, we haven't had the luxury of, we don't want to jinx ourselves and Zoom and do our interview with Alexi until we had the good fortune of winning the lottery. I didn't want to waste his time. So we'll go through that process and we'll start to meet the young man and go down the road of talking to him and his family and doing all that. So let's get through that first. For tonight, let's let the Rangers fans be happy about winning the lottery.
Thanks, Dan. Next question comes from Colin Stevenson of Newsday. Go ahead, Colin.
Jeff, again, congratulations. I just wanted to know if you had the same good luck charm tonight as you did a year ago when you jumped up to number 2.
Yes, I absolutely do. I have Steve McDonald's badge with me that his wife Patty Ann let us use again. And last year it worked, so we reached out again, and as you know, huge Ranger fans, and we have an award named after him that goes to basically the hardest working guy on our team, and it's fitting. Good luck charm. I don't know. I'm starting to believe in them, and really excited they let us use it, and we're 2 for 2 with it. So really excited to have it with me and have it work again.
Thanks, Colin. Next question comes from Vincent Mercoliano of USA Today. Go ahead, Vincent.
Hey, Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you just give us a little insight into how much this changes your offseason, potentially getting a player that might be able to step in right away and that can impact you guys, whatever position it may be. How much does this change the way that you could attack this offseason and maybe take less urgency away from needing to look at, free agency trades, making a big splash in that way?
Short term, a few days ago, we're the first team out of the bubble and we feel terrible. And we're still trying to get over that and ask questions why and try to move forward that way. So that's not going to change. We have to go through that process and sort out some things. But, obviously, you don't get the first pick very often. And this is a special year. And it's exciting. We're really excited. And, you never expect this. And, when we were watching the ball come up, I'm watching and I see every single logo of the ball spinning around but ours, and started getting nervous. And then when you see the tube, you're begging to see the logo. So once I saw it come out on top, there's a lot of different emotions you go through, going back to the letter a couple years ago we wrote and talking about our rebuild and trying to do things the right way. But we knew we needed luck, and luck is on our side tonight. So we're pretty happy with that a few days after coming out of the bubble and walking away pretty upset. So it's a funny game sometimes, the good and the bad. So obviously this is a great feeling.
Thanks, Vincent. Next question comes from Rick Carpinello of The Athletic. Go ahead, Carp.
Hey, Jeff. Congratulations. If the first question was kind of garbled, your answer, so I just want to ask you it again if I can. And also, you've kind of built this you've kind of gone through this rebuild with young goalies, young defensemen, and now all of a sudden you're collecting forwards too. Can you just talk about that and also just what this does to accelerate the rebuild?
Yeah, I think it's when you go through anything like this, you're trying to amass you're trying to gather as much talent as you can. And obviously, if you look through some of the best players in the league, some of the star players in this league, it's not a huge secret where the teams are getting them, right? It's lottery picks. It's at the very high end parts of the draft. So that's generally, it's not always the truth, but it's where you get your players, and it's hard. And the opportunity for us to do that is, again, it's huge. You think back to the last few years, and I think, we're trying to do things the right way. You're right. Try to solidify the goaltending, try to get some good young defense pieces. And now, we've been lucky in the last couple of years to do what we've done in the lottery. So I feel like things are coming together. There's a lot of work left to be done, and don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I think it's a good night for Ranger fans to be excited, and it's never happened before the Rangers. This is the first time ever picking first, so that's a long time.
Thanks, Rick. Next question comes from Josh Clipperton of the Canadian Press. Go ahead, Josh.
Sorry, Jeff. Just you sort of touched on it, but just the softening of the blow for you and the group just after the disappointment of leaving the bubble so soon, and how this sort of maybe makes you feel a little bit better about how things played out.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody that's on the call that was in the bubble, leaving the bubble and first, I think it hurts. There's still 7 teams. I think it was in the hotel, and you're walking by them all, and they're out getting coffee outside there, and you're getting on your bus. And I think it's a feeling. Usually, you lose, you walk out of the rink, you fly home. But this one, you're right in there with all these teams, and you're the first one out. And as we flew home, it was a tough feeling to lose like we did, and to be swept. It's like I said, we've been going through that for a few days, trying to figure out what's next and what we need to change. And I think that again, I've said it a few times now on this call. It's huge excitement for an organization to get the first pick on any year, and I think this one's even more special.
Thanks, Josh. Time for a couple more. Next question comes from Larry Brooks of the New York Post. Go ahead, Larry.
Jeff, to that point of the series against Carolina, how much weight are you going to put on those 4 days, 3 games in 4 days, as opposed to what you did over the 70 games, do you think?
Yeah, it's a good question, Larry. Still trying to get through that one. But I think fairly significant, even though it was 3 games. I think the way we lost, I just think we have to consider a lot of things that we could do differently as we move forward to be a harder team to play against. So, listen, we're looking at that. I don't want to dismiss the 70 games and how far we came as a team and where we were prior to the pause. We were in a good spot. We were winning a lot of games. A lot of young guys were doing good things. Panarin had a special year. Mika had a special year. Shesterkin had come on. There were so many good things, Fox, that were happening. I don't dismiss that at all, and I'm excited about all of it. But at the same time, I think we'd be kidding ourselves not to say, why were we taken out so easily? So we're going through that now for sure.
Thanks, Larry. Time for 2 more. Next question is from Mark Rosenman, WLIE 540. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Jeff, congratulations first off. You mentioned the letter that went out to the season ticket holders and this rebuild. Looking back at all the things that fell into place for you, the trade for Trouba, the free agent signing of Fox and Panarin, the number 2 last year, and now the number 1. I have to imagine that kind of accelerates your timetable. Does this add urgency now to add maybe a veteran presence down the middle for you to really compete a lot quicker than you might have thought?
I mean, it might. I think we still, it's pretty raw. We had just lost, and we're going through that now. But, on those things, it's all speculation, and I understand you guys ask the questions. But, it's like if I just went on this call and told you all of our holes and what we need to do and what we're going to do, that probably doesn't help me out in the market when I make calls. So I think it's a fair thing to say. I think it's something we'll look at, and like a lot of things, and I wish I could answer it a little further, but we have to have more meetings, and I like to keep it a little closer to the vest and announcing to the world that we're going to go get centers or do something else, if you know what I mean.